Every group has a lane. The one song you picture, the second you hear their name. But Baby Monster is different. Start with the version of Baby Monster most people met first, the loud one. In November 2023, before the full group had even come together, they dropped Batter Up. 6 girls, a baseball theme, and enough confidence to fill a stadium. The music video became the most watched debut video in K-pop history in its first 24 hours. For a debut single, that is a wild way to walk through the door. Then the 7th member, Ah Yeon, joined after recovering from a health issue, and the full debut came. Sheesh. All 7 of them inside a haunted mansion, staring down the camera like they owned the place. The album opened with Monsters, a short intro where they flat out call themselves monsters of the industry. It carried the kind of aura most groups spend years trying to build. If you ask someone to picture what Baby Monster sounds like, loud, fearless, and dead certain, this is the track they would land on. No warm-up, no soft hello, just 7 rookies announcing they came to take the whole thing. Drip pushed the same energy further a year in. It was loud, flashy, and colorful. A big confident dance concept with G-Dragon co-composing it. Right next to it sat Click Clack, the flip side of that same confidence. Black and white, cold and minimal, all 7 in full boss mode. And this one was pure rap. Every member took a verse, even the vocalists, showing a whole other side of what they could do. Same era, a completely different look. The rest of that first album went deeper. Ruka and Asa took their own rap track on Woke Up in Tokyo. And Billionaire went Y2K, the sexy, grown-up kind, with its own performance film where the look matched the sound. For a while, this was the whole picture people had. The new YG girl group. Big, loud, and in complete control. Easy to sum up in one sentence. And for a bit, that sentence fit. Even if this was everything Baby Monster ever did, they would still be one of the most convincing groups of their generation. None of it feels borrowed or put on either. They wear the confidence like it was cut for them. But this is where the question starts. Because a group this good at being loud usually can't do much else. Here is the first turn. The very first thing Baby Monster ever put out was Dream, a pre-debut ballad from 2023. Quiet and slow, just the 7 of them singing, letting it swell near the end. That was the introduction to the whole group. And they never dropped that side. On the debut album, Like That slowed everything into a soft pop song, written with Charlie Puth. On the Drip album, Love Maybe pulled the production back to a guitar and let the vocals carry the entire thing. Stuck in the Middle did something similar, gentle and open, the kind of song you would not expect from the group that made Sheesh. And they kept going back to it. Supa Dupa Love turned into a slow, warm love song. Locked In, one of the newest things they've released, is a soft R&B track about being completely into someone, all harmonies and ease. and these hold their own. Plenty of fans name them among the group's best. The same 7 girls who stared you down in that mansion, now singing something you would play at the end of a long day. So that clears the first version of the question. Can the Loud group actually sing when they slow down? Yes. For Baby Monster, easily. And now, it gets harder. Loud and soft are 2 ends of one line. Plenty of groups can reach both. So push somewhere else. Bright. In the summer of 2024, they put out Forever. Light, warm, colorful. The kind of song made for driving with the windows down. Nothing heavy anywhere in it. Love in My Heart and Really Like You work the same corner in their own ways. One, a bright, bouncy pop song. The other, a warm, easygoing throwback. Hot Sauce took the bright things somewhere odd on purpose. Old school hip-hop pulled straight from the late 80s, a hook built around comparing yourself to spicy food, wrapped up as a summer gift to fans. The video was a full tribute to So Taiji and Boys, the group that kicked off Korean hip-hop in 1992, copying the set and the lettering from their first album. And here is the full circle part. Yang Hyun-suk, the man behind Baby Monster, got his start in that exact group. A bunch of teenagers pulling off a retro homage most of their fans are too young to remember and making it look easy. I Like It from this year's album is pure summer. Blue sky, a yacht out on the water, warm sun, and denim. The 7 of them looking like they're on vacation, bright and light the whole way through. Sugar Honey Iced Tea landed a month later, a fizzy summer dance song that is sweet in the title and cocky in the lyrics. None of this sounds like Sheesh. None of it sounds like Dream either. That is already 3 completely different Baby Monsters, and we are not close to done. By late 2025, people had started saying something about this group, that every comeback felt like a different group entirely. Different sound, different look, nothing obvious tying it all together. The We Go Up album is where that becomes the whole point. The title track itself came with a full action movie video. The members trained at a real action school to shoot it, and it shows. Stunts, fight scene energy, big set pieces, the whole thing built like an action film. Psycho went the complete opposite direction. It turned into a full horror short. A nightmare concept, thriller visuals, a crime scene, a junkyard set on fire, the members playing the dark side hidden in everyone. And this was a B-side. They handed that kind of cinematic video to a B-side, where most groups save for a title track. That eerie, twisted sound turned Psycho into one of Monstia's favorite songs the group has ever put out. Then Wild swung all the way out to a country sound, twangy and wide open, something almost no K-pop group touches. One short album, completely different worlds. 2 years in, and they had already been a different group with every comeback. New concept, new world, new version of themselves each time. And not once did any of it repeat. Which brings us to right now. In May 2026, they dropped Chum. The word means dance in Korean. The title track is a hard, bouncy dance song, and the video plays out like a bank heist, the 7 of them moving through security and pulling off a robbery. Big and fun, built like a short film. The song that has actually been pulling people in sits quietly on the same album. Moon is slow, dark, and moody. It pulls you in and holds you there. It is the kind of song you would never guess belonged to the group that made Batter Up. They had hinted at this side once before, on Ghost, a theme song they made for a Japanese horror film, all tension and unease. Moon takes that hint and turns it into a full era. It first showed up live at their Seoul tour opener earlier this summer and took off from there. A B-side fans latched onto faster than some groups get people to care about a title track. Then the video pushed it further. The 7 of them wake up as vampires. A world of fangs, coffins, bats, and mid-air stunts under a blood-red moon. The darkest, most cinematic concept they have done yet. Here's the part that says everything. On that same Choom album, 2 tracks apart, sit I Like It and Moon. One is a bright, breezy song about a crush. The other is dark and haunting. Same group, same album, opposite ends of everything they are capable of. And here is what actually sets them apart from every other group chasing new concepts. They don't bury these songs. A strange new concept doesn't get dropped as an audio-only B-side and forgotten. Almost every comeback, they put out full music videos for 2 or 3 songs off the same album, each its own world. The Drip album gave its deep cuts videos. We Go Up gave Psycho a whole horror film. Now Choom is doing it again. I Like It came first, and Moon has its own video too. Line all those videos up next to each other, and you would not believe it was one group. The Haunted Mansion, the Bank Heist, the Burning Junkyard, the Summer Yacht, the Vampires Under a Blood-Red Moon. Every single concept fully committed, and every single style pulled off. That is why these never sit quietly as B-sides. They are just too good to hide. So, back to the question. Is there a concept Baby Monster can't do? Every time it looks like they have found the edge of what they can do, the next release moves it further out. Most groups spend years locking in one concept. Baby Monster made the range the identity. There is no single Baby Monster sound, and that turned out to be exactly the point. So far, nobody has found the concept they can't sell. At this point, it is fair to wonder if it even exists.